With
We are live. Awesome.
Yeah. It just told me that I was live.
Yep.
And it probably will
no.
again on like 3 minutes later because that's how it works.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, where were we? Talking about my plethora of loss or your personal stuff? I don't know. We're just talking about life, right? I don't know. I figured.
Yeah, just talking about whatever really, concerning things maybe that have affected us in the past. So catching up with Blue right now and letting him know, reconnecting in, just
Yeah, it's been months.
whatever the hell's going on. It's been a while. Yeah, a few months. A lot can happen in just a space of a few days, and not to mention a few months.
Yeah,
Like, especially when you go without talking with a friend. So,
especially when you
uh,
live that slow, fast life.
yeah,
it's
that's
it's
true.
it's like the life of a celebrity, how it's all fast, but except you're pretty lame because you don't have any like resources and you just like watch all your like friends to like fall off. Like I don't know. That's just
Yeah,
I feel like I'm like living in this
extreme.
different like I don't know, like a different lifestyle than most being an
Rapid,
artist and
fast
creator.
game.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
I hang around more eccentric types and more
yeah.
a lot of the people, a lot of my closest friends are people that really live a lot, and sometimes you live a lot, you hurt a lot, and
Mm.
so a lot of those people just wear themselves out or do
Oh
things that
yeah,
are
dude.
irresponsible because
Yeah.
it's hard to cope, and coping isn't
Mm.
always you have all the therapy money for therapy and psychology and God whatever, and it's still not going to be enough for some. I mean, it doesn't always
Blue,
work.
just yeah. We'll touch on that in just a second. I've
Not
got a
overnight,
knock at the door.
anyways.
Yeah, you're just getting a knock on the door. I'll be right back, Blue.
All right, yeah. I got to knock on. Come on, knock on the door. We'll be waiting for you. Got house, a three company too. And while we're having this short break, I'd like to just play a real quick something. It's some unreleased Mac Miller. It's not even. It's just a mix of him over his missed calls beat. I figure I played it for my game stream earlier. It's taking fucking forever to load. Thank you. I don't know what's up with. I know because it's the drive. So if I can find it before he gets here, that would be so fucking magnificent. But I don't think it's where I thought it was. It may not be. I know exactly where it is. It is right here. And come on, baby, let me play you. There we go. We're playing it. I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna send it to Wolfie so he can. Hey.
You can go on a all pussy diet. It's not the healthiest thing.
Alrighty, bye.
I'm gonna send you something on
Yep.
on Discord, and then you can play it. I started playing it in the stream for a second, but it was kind of loud, and
Oh, yeah.
I need to get a different skin here for this. God damn it. I don't know, this VLC player that I have. It's all super jank. Um, there it goes. But it's so earlier I had it so I can sorry, my friend from Denmark started messaging me, doing a podcast, leave me alone. Or come talk about
Yeah,
stuff.
I just got a message too from a friend. I actually said to him, "Do you want to join the stream and maybe listen in? We can have he can talk on text if that's all right."
Yeah, I suppose that's fine. I was just worried about my friend because I love her to death, but she's I don't know, not always the easiest. I mean, she can understand her, but her English is pretty good actually. She's
Yeah, right.
she'll
Yeah,
key in here and there. But yeah, I'm
yeah.
gonna send you this file to listen to real quick. This is a underground
Mhm.
a mix. Where are you?
Yeah, man.
It's
You sending me this, right?
yeah, it's a kind of a joke. So it's Mac Miller, but it's like you can
Mate.
go on an all pussy diet. So I'm sending you this file. There you go. And if you want more cool Mac Miller, I have some that hasn't been released. That's it's really cool stuff. Some of his
Oh.
better music.
But do you want me to listen to that now or
You don't have to, but you can just listen to a small bit of it.
snippet?
So
Little
yeah,
snippet?
yeah. So it's part of an interview. It's put to the music, and they chop it up and add a few other words. And it's so basically he's talking to someone. He's like, man, you can go on all pussy diet, and it'll get you through the day, or no, he's like, you go on all pussy diet, and then the guy was like, well, I don't think that's scientifically possible. And he's like, yeah, it is. It's proven. And he's like, all just just eat pussy and make a handful of almonds.
Yeah.
Handful of almonds, it'll get you through the day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like,
there's a bit of meat down there,
yeah, it's not the most healthiest thing, but a handful of almonds and pussy, like that's all you need.
Yeah.
I mean,
It'll do
you got
the job.
you guys got your liquids. You got your almonds. That's protein. You can survive for a while like that. I mean, it's sustainable. And you know what?
hilarious.
You would lose a lot of fucking weight. I tell you, if all you're eating is pussy, you're burning calories. You're eating fucking pussy, especially. Well, let's just say if you're eating healthy pussy. I mean, I don't know about what, I'm not talking about, I'm not a, gyno or anything. So I'm not here to talk about women's health. I'm just saying, like, I'm sure, as long as you're safe and your partner doesn't have any STIs and et cetera, et cetera.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Totally, yeah.
Then yes, it will you can survive off eating that pussy every day, with a handful of almonds.
Hang on, I'm getting another knock at the door, Ben. I'm so sorry.
Oh my God. You're popular though. Wow. So back to the all pussy diet. I guess I really have to play it now because I keep talking about it.
I might be okay now, but I also got a few messages.
You
I'm
got-
blowing up. Like, in a few
man,
places
you're
right now.
popular. It's daytime where you're at. It's morning. Everybody's like hitting you up. The bill collectors know you're stirring, and
You can go on all pussy diet.
You
It's
know?
not the healthiest thing.
Just
I'm
let
li-
me read this message.
I'm listening to this in stream right now,
Yo, it is. It is. Like a pussy and some almonds.
so you can read your thing. Pussy and some almonds, just to get you through the day.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely.
You just let me know when you're ready, and I'm just gonna jam this.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
You go on all pussy
diet.
diet. You can go on all pussy diet. You can go on all pussy diet.
You can go on all.
Yeah.
Pussy diet. You can go on all.
Okay, I'll just get back to that message later.
Pussy diet.
But I've got another friend hit me up. There's another message. Two messages now.
Just send him the
Sorry.
file I just sent you,
What
and
is going on? Like,
Ju-
it's just I'm busy right now, and everyone's.
they don't know that. You don't have a schedule usually. Maybe you should make this a thing. It's like,
I told
hey,
to be like,
you
"Leave me
know,
alone."
around 11:30 midnight, American time, there's gonna be like the midnight podcast, the midnight American,
Yeah,
the late night, the art of late night podcasting. I guess what we'll end up calling it. That's why it's art of ... because right now I don't know what the fuck it's called, but I know it's the art of something. Because I'm trying to talk about life and the art of it and the art of.
I'm talking to a mate. I was saying that because I've decided to take a life of being a creative.
Same,
all
yeah.
all my peers and everything around me have basically, we get marginalized and ridiculed. There's a degree of, disdain for people who don't want that one-tracked capitalist
Oh.
path, of make money, more money, and do it
Man.
the way they expect it. And I just said to him,
I feel that.
I'm in that middle-age point, where I'm getting people like kind of looking over and going, "What the fuck are you doing?" And
Living.
he said, "I feel you, bud. You do middle-aged however you want to." And he says, "Retirement homes are going to be dope because all we're going to be doing is playing Xbox and D&D all day long."
And they're all extremely talented and fun to be around.
Exactly.
You talking about people creating and later in their life. That's, I mean, look, there's an artist coming up right now called Boldy James out of Detroit. He's like really doing a lot with hip hop. You got Killer Mike and LP fucking in their 40s created Run the Jewels, and they're like damn near they're creeping on 50, like, and they're huge. I mean, they go to fucking like huge ass festivals, and people buy the fuck out of their tickets. You know, there people there's people that don't start their careers until the middle age now. Like it's a thing, you know. It's like you know what fucking Jay-Z said back in the days, 30s to do 20. I mean, I guess, you know, 40 for, you know, 40, you know, I mean, it doesn't, age doesn't matter so much as your what you do. You know, it's what they've always said. It's not where you come from, it's where you're at. It's not what you've done, it's what you're doing, you know. And because you're always evolving, and once that content or that music or whatever it is, your art is finally honed into that point where you're at your peak, or you're creating your opus.
I might have an unpopular opinion on this, but I would say that, oh man, this is gonna, it's unpopular what I'm gonna say, but I'd say the middle class citizens don't realize that their lifestyles are the reason why the world is in the hell it is. You know, like the reason why we're cutting down rainforests and farming the crap out of everything, and
I mean, we're all
pushing nature to the absolute limit. Right?
We're all implicit, but yeah, I mean,
but I would say my life as a creative, I'm not out there buying a McDonald's McMansion. You know, I'm not upscaling anything. You know, and I think if I did get success, it would be definitely, I'd think about harm reduction, you know, and I do already. I think my life is so humble and quaint and wholesome that anyone who has a problem with that honestly has stars in their eyes, big dreamy, greedy desires, you know, for them to have more and more and more.
Well, yeah.
And honestly, this world's at breaking point. You know, we don't need more and more and more. We need to trim down, have less, tiny lives, tiny homes. And I think this is kind of moving towards a more eco kind of conversation about maybe what we should be doing. Obviously, I believe more in, like, you know, eco-friendly things. And, you know, I just don't understand this pressure from people to be like, you know, you have to basically get on board, because this idea of being economically successful, it seems to sort of be more important than what's actually, you know, what we're actually doing to the planet, you know, with all this stuff we're hoarding. You know, it's just like we're building a kingdom of dreams on piles of trash, you know, like stupid. But I mean, obviously, you know, I believe in art and creativity as being a great way to bring beauty to this place. You know, I think that it makes life bearable. So that's just my opinion. And I think in doing that, we're not hurting anybody.
No, if anything, we're holding on to the essence of what has inspired people throughout the ages. I mean, there's always been an appreciation for art throughout the ages, and then it's becoming through this last few generations something that people scorn. It's like, oh, you're not going to college and becoming a drone, then you're not trying, and whatever, you're a piece of shit and you're lazy. It's like that. What are you talking about? Like, just like a couple hundred years ago, like, artists were hugely revered, and now, like, unless you're fucking Drake, you're not fucking good enough. I mean, like,
imagine we have like someone like Leonardo da Vinci currently in modern day culture. Would they be shunned?
I don't know. Probably not. I mean, dude, I mean, probably not, but you know, there's a lot of artists that weren't appreciated in their life that were appreciated later, and I think people should learn to just shut up and appreciate you should learn to appreciate all art. I mean, thank God, you know, Dali was appreciated when he was alive, but not all people have that.
He was a freak. He was insanely talented, Dali. But I mean,
of course,
a very disturbed individual, but
I mean,
freakishly good at
what
he did.
I know I am. And you know,
I think that's what makes a good artist. I think, Blue.
I think that's what makes a decent human, is someone that's hurt. That's, you know, you have to have hurt enough to have felt enough pain to have. You have to have some essence of pain or loss to be able to create anything of substance. Period.
I look at it like this. I had someone say to me that I'm like,
or experience beauty, at least to some profound, you know, expression that's beyond. I don't know. I just don't see there being an appreciation for beauty without having pain, though. But maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
But,
well, you need the shit of life to grow from. It's like, you know, what do flowers need? Fertilizer, you know?
Yeah, shit makes the flowers grow. Yeah, that's right.
Exactly. You know, you need
There's a song about that.
But it's character building, you know? That's what it's all about.
Shout out to Folk Uke, by the way. Shit makes the flowers grow. Great song.
Oh, yeah. All right, cool.
Yeah. It's two ladies. Yeah. Like, you're not good for nothing. Don't let them tell you so. 'Cause shit
Mm.
makes the flowers grow.
Oh, yeah, nice. No, pretty good.
Yeah. Piece of shit. You're good for something. Not
That's
for
right,
being
man.
around me. Just I guess I'm growing.
No.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. We grow. Part of what pushes us as artists are those naysayers. Like, oh, you're still creating? Yeah, bitch, I'm gonna create and I'm gonna show you what fucking art is. Since you are sitting there with your drone job with no passion in your life, you're fucking
Yeah.
you're so bland. You're vanilla
Yeah.
ass. Here I am. I have personality and expression. How do you express yourself? You know, like by your. I mean, most people don't even express themselves like vocally. Here we are doing it, and we have like outlets where we like do emotion through music or form through sculpting or
Yeah, man.
whatever it is we're doing. We're expressing ourselves in multifaceted ways, some of us, and people are like, oh, you're an artist, blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, I have emotion and empathy and I express it in a beautiful way. What do you do?
Mm.
Like
Yeah, right.
that's all I have to say. Like, talk shit all you
No,
want.
no. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right, Blue.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I think, but the
I'm
funny
just
thing is,
agreeing very emotionally with you.
no, you know, the thing is that like I think I'd like to think that a lot of these people maybe just lack the capacity to understand what we're about.
They forgot
Maybe
passion. They used
could
to.
just be willful ignorance, man, on their part. I don't know.
I
But
think it's they're jaded. They forgot what it was like to feel passion. I mean, most people at some point, even if it was killed when they were young,
Mm.
had an imagination of some sort, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
some sort. I would hope.
Mm.
God, or they're a sociopath. I mean, that's a whole nother fucking episode.
Yeah.
but everybody has the capacity to be creative, to at least have the imagination in their mind for creativity, to produce it in one way or another.
Mm.
That's why they have TV
Yeah.
producers and directors that aren't actors and whatever. But you know, I don't want to
Yeah.
get off subject, but we all have the capacity. Find that child within you. If you can't, you're not in touch with yourself, if you can't see why people are in touch with their art. So
I think the thing is, like, you know, if you really look at it realistically, and people seem to like, you know, it's all damnation, fire, hellfire, and brimstone. You know, when it comes to if you're an artist, don't do art because it's not lucrative in today's world. The idea is that I'll touch on what you said before. You know, how some people who lack the ability directly themselves might indirectly help,
Mhm.
right? And I think that for me, it's not so much about being in the next big thing or making all this money. It's not about that, right? If you immediately put that as your number one end goal for creative pursuits, you'll make trash. Okay.
Mhm.
If that's your motivator, most of the time you make trash. I think personally, right? If that's your only motivator, there might be other motivators, but if you put that at the top, then you're missing all the beauty that's already inherent within that, you know, the realm of whatever you're trying to make, whatever it's literature, visual arts, or whatever. It should be. I was talking to my girlfriend about this. She's a visual artist, and she said, "Oh, what do you think about this piece?" She showed me this really wonderful artwork, and she said it's a bit self-indulgent. I think, and I said that's perfect. That's what it should be. That's what true art should be. It should be mindless self-indulgence. You know,
One way or
because-
another, I mean, it's like you're expressing your emotions. It's about you, be it how.
You can't really do it wrong, art. I don't think.
No, I mean, then there's more than one thing you could care about. It's not necessarily you, but it's how you perceive things or what you like. What was it? Van Gogh. It said, "Don't paint." I don't know. Maybe it was Van Gogh, but he's like, "Don't paint what you see, paint what you know." And so
Yeah,
you're
but
just, all you're doing is expressing what you know or what you feel or in one way, whatever it is you're, you know.
Yeah, wherever the hell you're coming from, whatever your perspective is,
Yeah.
whatever you're trying to achieve, whatever
Yeah.
you're trying to express, as long as it's out there, I mean,
Mhm.
then I suppose then it comes down to consequence and what people may think of it. And then you've got your peers, societal influences saying, oh, you know, close
Yeah.
friends and stuff. And if they don't support you, that can be a direct attack upon your ego. And you can just think to yourself, why the hell am I doing this? And
Yeah, I
that's
mean-
how I've felt in my own life. You know, I feel like a lot of people just don't get it that I'm around.
I
And
mean,
a
what
lot
they,
of them are alpha male personality types, you know, don't understand art and music. They've just gone different ways. You know, they're working either government jobs or some other thing. You know, it's mindless and repetitive. and they're celebrating their lives because they've got the stuff, they love what they own, and I think to myself, well, that's all well and good, but you do realize these homes that you've bought for yourself that you're populating with crap in them, someone has to design that and make that. Someone has to actually create these things that you're celebrating on your time off. And it's not easy. So you should probably maybe think about encouraging the artists and creatives around you if you're going to celebrate that, in your own home, by purchasing it. I don't know. I just think it should be all interconnected. It should be, accepted more. And I think it all just eventually falls on subjectivity and what people like and don't like, and they can't see things objectively. A lot of
Yeah.
the time, they'll look at something you're doing and they'll go, "Well, I don't like it," and because I don't like it, it means everyone will not like it, and you're on the wrong path. Whereas there should be more like, "Well, I see maybe that you've got people there, you're connecting with, whether online or in real life or wherever, that do acknowledge what you're doing. Maybe you're on the right path because you're getting acceptance that way, rather than maybe if they can't directly accept it, at least they can accept indirectly the acceptance that you get in other avenues. You know what I mean, Blue?
Yes, I was there most of it.
A bit wordy there, but I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
trying to
yeah.
say that. But I'm just trying to say that, like, people can
Mhm.
accept you even if they don't like what you do because they see you being accepted elsewhere. That's what it should be.
Yeah, yeah, I get that. And there's a lot of stuff
I
out.
might not like what you do, but I appreciate that you're putting yourself out there. Like, it should be
Right.
respect the skill, even if you don't necessarily like the way it's done.
For the most part, I can check something out of someone's, and if it's a genre of art or a medium of expression that in general, that whole genre, I just am not into, I could still tell if it's, quality of that genre. I don't listen to country, but I could tell you what is. But I mean, what I would think,
Yeah,
is
I'm
pop
gonna
and
rate.
what's good country,
Yeah,
I mean,
we
yeah,
gotta
this
have
will sell,
discernment.
huh?
You got to have discernment. If you're going to be
Yeah.
an artist, you got to know what you like and you don't like. You got to make a actual.
Well, I know what I like,
Yeah.
and I also know what people like. I know what sells because I've also worked in a little marketing through selling at a glass gallery. So from the art perspective
Yeah.
in the glass world, and I'm in the music heavily. Yeah, I've always been in the like studying hip hop, and how production's done, and I watch a lot of interviews from industry folks, and just out of habit, I like to imbue large amounts of knowledge from different directions. We'll just leave it at that.
I
Anyways,
think you're a lot. I think you're on a better kind of vantage point than me because like hip hop is. I think it's still all the rage.
yeah, well,
And
it's not that it's all
yeah,
rage. It's in its infancy still. It's like punk, like except it's bigger. Like it's
it's
just
been like around for the last 20 odd years, though, hasn't it? Or at least maybe 30 years.
well, they just quote unquote celebrated its 50th birthday, but for some people it is 30 years because some of our like some of the stuff we're talking about 50 years old. I mean, you're talking about Cool Herc and Cool Modi or whoever, like I don't know, people I'd never really listened to. Like when I was getting into hip hop, it was in that a certain part of the 80s, like mid to late. Like we're talking about Run DMC and the Fat Boys, Beastie Boys,
Oh, yeah,
DOC,
Yeah.
little Wu Tang.
I think I've kind of
fucking
I had to say
NWA.
I like hip hop's humble origins. I like
Mhm.
the way or how it started. I'm not sure I liked where it went through.
Yeah, it went
Yeah,
through
but,
it went through a lot of things, but so did a lot of music.
yeah, I really did. Yeah, I think music developed, got weird, and then it
A lot of
just died.
music came from genre, like a lot of our music came from folk that I would never want to listen to. I mean, I can see why people enjoyed it back then, but it's kind of
It's funny that I say things that I don't really have any right to saying things are weird because I make very strange music.
Yeah, you
myself,
do.
and
You some of your
But
fucking
I-
shit's
I
downright
like
hard
it.
to listen to.
Hopefully,
Some of it's
Hopefully, bro.
great, but some of it's like,
I hope so.
whoa. I mean, like I've
Well,
told you, like
that's
one was
it.
like an
That's
anxiety
it.
attack. Like I don't want to experience that in a well, it's like people like with ASMR, like people are very sensitive to different vocal frequencies and pleasant ones. Give you pleasant.
I kind of look at it like you ever heard the band KMFDM?
No.
You know KMFDM? They're like an industrial rock band, and they actually say KMFDM sucks, right?
Yeah, because it
Because
does
they
probably.
try to they take the piss out of themselves, even though they're a really good band.
Right.
And
They
the
know they
thing is,
suck
it's
though.
that the idea is that they're not accepted by the majority, you know. And in fact, their name is German for no pity for the majority, right? And I like that kind of attack on the music industry. It's counterculture. It's you know, it's a bit dangerous. You know, you don't
So
know what to
you were
expect from
really big
people.
in when Kanye did that Poopa Scoop song with Poopy Doop Poopa
Oh,
Scoop?
dude, I was all about it. No,
Of
no, I
course.
just
You love it when they
well,
break
how,
when they
how would you
like
not? How could you not be? You know, I mean,
right,
he's a
right.
genius, and he'll
Yeah.
even tell you so.
Well, just
You
him to like use his genius to make such a song about poop, like it's just, yeah, it just shows like that whole spit in the fucking face of the
inspired.
industry. Yeah. Yeah, he was like, "Fuck the
I don't know.
industry and fuck
You
everybody.
know what I-
Everybody they'll
you know
listen
how
to
to
shit
defend-
if I put it out. They will listen
Yeah.
to literal shit if I make it."
Well, I think that's the thing. That's more celebrity, you know, influence over pop culture than it is about the
I
art
know,
itself.
I
like,
know.
But that's part of it. I mean, really, when it comes down to it, artists are status symbols onto
Well,
themselves.
and a big
you
thing,
know?
I think
Businesses, man.
why hip hop.
Businesses.
I want to say why hip hop, gravitated to the masses. It's not just that it's, whatever face value. The people that listen to hip hop, they, their radio stations. I mean, yeah, they had shit their parents had, but they were listening to a lot of shit like the Beatles and, God, fucking Tom Jones for all we fucking know. Like they were listening to the same shit that we'd hear on regular radio stations because that's what was available. They didn't have a lot of black music on the radio, and music costs money. So like if you heard, shit from your culture, it was probably from some shit your parents had, like some old soul,
Yeah.
some like maybe got some Delphonics or some James Brown.
Back when people actually listened to
Vinyl.
on a record.
Yeah, and my mom had a very limited amount of like she was really into that stuff and grew up around people that listen to that kind of shit. And a lot of her best friends, like that's all their their parents, they grew up listening to, and they had, so she had some influence. But I'm always finding shit and she's like, damn, that's badass. I'm like, yeah, there's this hip hop artist, and I looked up where the sample came from, and I found this artist. They made all this music, and they're like, wow. And she's like, wow, that's like, so awesome.
Yeah.
I she's like, you'd always miss stuff like this because only so many, they only play so much of like Motown or whatever music on the radio. Like, and there's like one radio station for it. So you
got to think of like, I mean, what's actually, who's making money out of music these days? And it's certainly not independent artists for the most part. It's the corporations backing major label artists. And even, people say, oh, labels aren't relevant anymore. They say.
They are and they aren't.
One isolated instance like Tom McDonald does not, a complete industry make. It's not.
There's a lot of rappers I know that have, and other artists that have made it just for making a lot of shit on YouTube. They became so popular on YouTube that someone ended up signing them. I mean, fucking Mercules ended up getting, huh?
Yeah, I think that's probably where Tom McDonald made a lot of his money. Actually, come to think of it, because YouTube pays a shitload more.
Yeah, I mean, dude,
Spotify or even elsewhere, whatever. So.
A lot of people, I mean, it's starting like Soulja Boy, that's how he got his start back in the days, and a lot of people have been doing it throughout the years. I mean, Mercules, this Canadian rapper, he just got signed to fucking Snoop Dogg. He bought Death Row back, and Mercules is part of Death Row Records, and that's
it all comes down to again, whether you have the funding and support in order to kind of get your start to begin with. Like even something.
Well, it's not about funding. It's about hold up, man. It's not about funding. No, because you've been talking constantly, and I'm not gonna let you dominate the whole fucking thing. I'm just like sitting here looking at myself with a closed mouth most of the time. So,
What?
I'm gonna give me a. Oh my God, go ahead. I'm just like
I just had one thing to say.
Right.
Raised me to make music.
You're so long-winded. I'm sorry. It's exasperating. I love you. But go ahead.
Okay. Well, in a minute, I'm gonna log off if you keep this up. But I'll amuse myself by continuing. But
no, it's fine. We could talk. No, I don't even remember what I was talking about necessarily.
music industry stuff. I think you
Yeah,
said
no,
a
I
little
was
bit.
talking about YouTube and you know how
Passionate conversation.
it's
Blue.
not about having money. It's about it's about creating content on multiple platforms. Like you create shorts of your stuff, you put it on TikTok. You create stuff for Twitter. You create stuff for, or X or whatever the fuck it's called. You can't just like put yourself on one platform. You have to promote as you're creating content. It's not about having
I
money.
agree.
Yeah, like these people just are dedicated, and they might have
Well,
like friends that help
yeah,
them with the
yeah,
ed-
street teams.
yeah, or you got a
Yeah.
friend that like does graphic design and makes your fucking your shit logo for your content, and and you just like you have like you and your girlfriend like are posting all you know, you do these social networks and they do these, and you just like create content, you know, make a couple
See,
plugin like
well, if
thumbnails.
I just want to like explain, you know, my position, and I've been open about this, is that I come from a mining community of mostly middle class people who, you know, we're talking about you know, sort of middle class shunning like art and music and making something out of it. Like I don't fit here at all, like from what I'm doing. Especially
Right.
I'm involved in country music or rock and roll, and that's all it is here, or EDM, and that's it. I don't fit. Online, the online community is far more accepting, and I actually get a lot of backing from there from people. I
Right.
haven't really bothered to promote myself. Okay, so I'm already behind the eight ball there as an artist.
Well, it's never too late to
Because I thought of
start.
myself, I didn't really bother with it until recently. I'm going to go out there and shoot a music video with a friend. We're hiring a dancer and stuff like that. We're actually going to do some stuff
There you go.
and get the ball rolling. But you know, in my own opinion, you know, I haven't really had the money or resources to put together like a marketing campaign. And I mean, not just money, but resources. You know what I'm saying? Blue Light doesn't have to just be money behind you, but having access to the community at large. And I'm a bloody recluse, man. I sit inside my room and do nothing aside from just writing music. And as confronting as you might think it is, agitating, whatever it is, it's coming from a soul, it's expression.
Would it
So,
be cheaper to make like I don't know, and like a visualizer or animated videos and actual film and getting, you know, location and
yeah, no,
you said your
I've got a
girlfriend's a
few.
graphic artist, like there's also Fiverr.
Yeah. There's five of it. You know, it's a lot of they Fiverr. A lot of people on there take recycled clips of stuff and just remix it. You know, there's not really much
Yeah.
originality on Fiverr.
Well, I definitely know
So
some.
uh,
I have a friend that's an editor, but I don't know, like this limited. You need someone that makes like.
I got it covered. No, I think we'll be okay. Well, I've got it worked out.
I was
But
just thinking for like mass, like, you know, I've seen people that got like old video footage from like old, so Young Bleed, he's a Louisiana rapper, and he had some like old black movie, like one of those old gangster, like ones, you know, like a dude riding and, you know, someone's getting shot up, and I don't know, it's like people get smoking weed, I don't know, something cool, you know, like video riding a lack, and it's just like, look classic, you know, that old grainy kind of film, and they were just like chopping it up different, like, parts of it. It's like kind of like how Oldie B did his videos. He just got like those old fucking my name is like was it those Dolomite films, and just got scenes from it and fucking superimpose his head over Dolomite doing fucking his lame ass fake karate and shit. Like it just look corny, you know. Like there's ways to make videos without a lot of production value. That's how the Alberta rap scene kind of blew up with the Easy Mac with his fucking videos. Like they'll get natural born killers, but take all the heads off and put, you know, other people's heads on them. And yeah, like I doubt they pay for that. I seriously doubt it. They couldn't afford it. At least maybe not then. I don't know. I don't know where their money comes from, so I could be wrong.
yeah. Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I'm sure you got took care of those, just ideas, you know, just dropping some ideas for like if you wanted to put out more content and you couldn't always get, you know, film done, or if it was becoming costly, there's ways to just edit content that's was it open?
Source.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's like free for anybody, you know, it's like so
Yep.
old, and it's previous that Disney law where they
Yeah.
but that, you know, even that's expiring 'cause they just made the length of it like the old school Mickey Mouse, like Steamboat Willie.
Yeah. Right.
It's legal to use that image now. And those old fucking
Oh,
Steamboat Willie cartoons, like you could literally get Steamboat Willie cartoons, edit them, and make music videos with them.
nice. Yeah.
Like beginning of this next year, I think.
Cool.
Yeah, so just an idea, like start looking at stuff and then looking that year and years coming, because every year that the next year is going to be anything made, any
Yeah,
content that. Mhm.
I've seen a whole slew of that stuff done before, and I don't. Man, I mean, it's a possibility, but I'll think about it. But I mean, anything's really on the cards at the moment. I just sort of want to just do
I mean,
stuff. You know,
it's
I'm happy to,
basically Mickey Mouse, dude. You got like you can use Mickey
yeah,
Mouse. You just have to use
true.
that rendition of him until
Yeah.
it's been like whenever they created the first Mickey Mouse. You know, like.
I mean, you can really. There's so much on the table for creating stuff, but yeah, there's a lot of avenues I could take. People I know and stuff that if I really wanted to hit the gas with this, I could do some stuff. So yeah, I'm sorted, Blue, but you know, there's definitely input
You
there.
start out with baby. You start out with baby steps. You do what you do and know what you get with the resources you
Already
have.
kind of in a bit of a jog right now, but yeah, I'm getting there.
Everything's a complicated process. And we've been talking 30 minutes. That's very short. We could continue talking, or we could, you said you wanted to get off. I was streaming earlier. I probably should review some of this stuff later and see if it's even. I might even do multiple short segments and make a video out of them later. I mean, get my buddy to edit them.
Yeah, I mean, dude, if you feel like I'm talking too much or dominating conversation, that's all good, man. Like
I'll just send you a message and be like, "Shut the fuck up right now." Like, please.
Yeah, I mean, it's your show, dude. I'll just.
No, you're invited to be, part of, as long as you're here, you're as much a part of the show as I am. I just,
I just took a bit of a reality check there, and I'm like, yeah, it's Blue's show. So.
Well, yeah, but your opinion matters just as much as mine. I just didn't want to lose track of I just want to. I'm just trying to keep the direction not too far from yeah, there's definitely money has always been a part of getting music out there and getting any kind of content out there, but there's other ways now. You can, and I've done it with art with the art.
I know the hustle. I know the hustle.
Yeah,
bro. You don't have to.
There's multiple ways up the mountain. Some are easier than others. It's definitely a cheaper ride.
Just not going to be releasing any 4K mind-blowing video clips anytime soon. You know what I mean?
You got a message.
Yeah, hang on. I'll just mute.
You're a popular guy. You got lots of mates. But yeah, you can get it with money. But I was trying to. Basically, my whole thing was I was trying to keep it on the topic of the YouTube. It's because it's not necessarily about money in that direction, but it always has been a thing. And if you don't want to go the YouTube route or the content creation route with promoting on different avenues, I have a strong theory about how Harry Connick Jr. ever got a career. I mean, his dad was just a DA from New Orleans, and it was the most crooked place in fucking nation. One of them back then, as far as police. I don't know how they came up with $1 million or however much money they needed to get him a record deal, or somebody owed somebody a favor that got in trouble that had maybe a record label perhaps. And, the DA was like, hey, well, we can probably let that slide if you do this and that. Oh, and by the way, my son is a piano player and has some songs. You want to cut this record? Yeah. So there's always more than money can get you a record deal.
True. Well, I mean, you have to pay it all back either way. That's how the record labels work. But I was just going to say, dude, I'm gonna have to tap out. I'm getting a friend who needs me. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna have to tap out though.
That's fine. I'll just go ahead and call it. I don't have anybody else here to talk to except you, unless I mean, I could edit. Then Life Bloom is playing Minecraft. So yeah, we'll just say good night and enjoy talking to your friend. I hope they're okay.
I'll just simply say that maybe I don't best represent myself when I'm talking on streams and stuff, but thanks for listening.
Oh yeah, no, I enjoyed your input and your perspective. It was very much appreciated, and thank you for talking, man, and sharing a part of yourself and your passion.
Yeah, it's been good, man. You take care, and I'll catch you on the flippy flop.
All right, man.
Bye.
Love you, dude. Bye. All right.